What's happening YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new video. So if we've got a new series, that must mean we've got a new car, and you are correct. We have got a new car. We've got a new project on the channel. The TT is sold, so if you don't know, I recently did a Project TT, which is a Mark II Audi TT that I bought from a scrapyard. I fixed it up, got it back on the road, we moved it on, we made a bit of money, and we put that money into the new car that is sat in front of me. This car is from the same place that I got the TT from. I wasn't looking for this car, it's not my personal choice of car, and if I'm honest, I didn't expect to win. But we'll get onto that later on in the video. For now, here's some footage of the car arriving and a cinematic of the car, and then we'll have a chat about it. The next project. Wow. So this is a 2015 on a 65 plate Range Rover Evoque SE. So it is the standard edition, the lowest spec at the time, but someone has spec'd some nice options on it, which we'll get onto. So all the interior is filthy. It has got full electric heated leather seats. It's also got Bluetooth and cruise control, and it's also got automatic lights and windscreen wipers, along with rear parking sensors. So all in all, the car is not a bad spec. It's also come with, which was a little bit of a surprise, full service history. So when the car arrived on Tuesday, today being Friday, I looked in the glove box, it had a full book pack with full service history. So again, that's another positive. But we need to talk about the negatives, and there's a few, and there's one big one. Yeah. Firstly, as you've probably seen, the car is absolutely disgustingly dirty. It's dirty down the sides. The wheels are filthy, and I don't even think we should mention the interior, the mould that's growing in the car, the filth that's in the boot, and under here, oh, some free gloves. The filth down this side, there's a scuff here, and the wheels on this side. So clearly, a full clean and an interior shampoo is on the cards. Other things we need to get done then, well, the rear tyres look relatively new, so that's a positive. The front tyres look like they could do with a change, so we're going to put two new tyres on the front. A full service will also help the engine out. We're going to do oil and all its filters, but the mechanical work is not going to stop there. We'll talk about the rest of the mechanical work in a minute, because there's another fault that I needed the key for. Something else this car comes with from factory is keyless entry. You can see here we've got the logo on the doors. However, a common fault on this generation of Evoque, as I've now found out as I'm an Evoque owner, is the door lock actuators fail in the doors, and it's common. It's that common that all four doors on this car need new locks. Brilliant. When I say need new locks, it's this bit here that we're going to be changing the actuator. So the door card's got to come off, and we change the actuator in all four doors. Now I suppose a positive about it being a common problem is the fact that with it being a common problem, there's plenty of replacement parts out there, and they're actually not as expensive as you'd think. They're around £20–30 per door. So I'm probably looking at anything from 80 to 120 quid to change all four door locks on the car. So it's not too bad. Oh, there's the car, press the lock button. Yeah, indicators flash. I'll place the key all the way over here away from the car, because obviously it's keyless entry. We come back to the car and the doors are not locked. and the alarm goes mental. So there's something else we're going to have to sort out. What I have to do to actually lock this car then and make it secure, because let's be honest, Range Rovers seem to be easy enough to steal at this present moment in time anyway, so let's try and make it the job a little bit more difficult by actually locking it. What we do, I press and hold the unlock button, which brings the windows down. On the inside of the car, I then go around and I then manually lock all 4 doors, followed by double clicking, holding the lock button to send the windows back up. And the car is now secure. So like I said then, that's something we need to fix. The next things then are the mechanical side of this car. You probably heard it in the video of it coming off the trailer. It's got a bit of a noise. I strongly suspect that is a tensioner. I'll show you that noise now. And that's the exact noise I'm talking about. Definitely sounds tensioner or pulley related. What I've actually done, I've just jacked up the car and I had it running, and just through this gap here, I don't know how well you'll see it because the wheel's still on, but you can actually see, you can see just there is pullers in the tensioners. Now the belt, I know it's hard to see, but the belt actually doesn't look in great condition there either, and that pulley is actually meant to have a cap on it. So the caps come off and dirt and grime and kind of shit off the roads got in there. That will have definitely caused our problem. And I'm confident that that's where the noise is coming from. It's hard to tell on camera where it's coming from, and it's hard to tell without taking the arch lining out. But when I'm down there and I'm looking through that gap and I'm trying my hardest to concentrate on where the noise is coming from, it's definitely 100% coming from that side of the engine. So I think what I'm going to do tonight is, when I get in, when I finish filming, is I'm going to go order a full pulley and tensioner kit for the car. So we have got our work cut out on this Evoque. So we call it, like I called it Project TT, and for those that have tuned in for a while, when I did the Alfa Romeo, I called it Project Alpha. So do I call this Project Evoque? Let me know in the comments, what do you think I should call this? Do I call it Project Range Rover, but then I might get a different one? So do I call it Project Evoque? Who knows? Let me know in the comments what you think this car should be called. If you think it should be called Project Range Rover or Project Evoque, or if you've got any other ideas what we should call the car, let me know. So we have got our work cut out. Deep clean is 100% a must. This is probably the dirtiest car I've kind of ever been around and sat in, if I'm honest. I'm going to be taking the seats out just like I did in the TT, but we're going to be going for a full deep clean shampoo on this interior. Even the headlining is absolutely filthy and they've got dirty marks all over it, so that's going to need to get sorted as well. Full service as well. Full service will likely be the next video on the car, and I'll try and show you them tensioners a little bit better. Then we'll do the tensioners, then I'll put a couple of tyres on. It's also going to be due its MOT shortly. I know, another positive thing, the car actually still does have an MOT as well. Probably change the number plates for some nice 4D ones like we did with TT, using roller plates. Go and check them out, roller plates, BAM10. They've been supporting me since I had 100 subscribers. They've been with me this whole time, so make sure you check them out. But there is one more problem with the car, and this next one is a bigger, I think. One that worries me for sure, but still I think it's fixable. Let me show you what goes on. So you probably saw earlier when I started the car, you might have noticed this. So I don't need to start the car to show you this, but if I switch the ignition on, we get the lights, we get our needle sweep. Then engine management light stays on, and there it is. Exhaust filter full, visit main dealer. There's our next big fault. So that's the big one, isn't it? The DPF on this car is full. That's what the car's telling me. My diagnostic tool isn't sophisticated enough to give me any live data on this car. It would do on other makes and models of car, but it doesn't support the Jaguar Land Rover platform for live data. However, I can run diagnostics, and it tells me, the diagnostics, that the DPF is in fault mode and that it's full. Obviously the dashboard tells me I need to visit main dealer. I bought this car sight unseen. Like I said, I didn't even go and look at it. The car was on an auction site, same auction site I bought the TT from. It was at a price. I bid £10 more with 12 hours left, thinking that I'd never own the car for that money, and I did. So owning the car come as a bit of a shock to me, if I'm honest. but we're here, and I think we can get this done. We've got a couple of options with the DPF then. Option number one, and this is one that I'm definitely going to be trying on the channel, is plenty, and I mean plenty, of DPF cleaning solutions out there that people absolutely rave about, and people give these cars a full service. They go through a cleaning process with the DPF, putting these solutions through the DPF, and a lot of smoke and soot and kind of shit comes out the back of the car, and then they reset it, and it's all good. In the process of doing that, they also clean out the add blue injector into the DPF, which is something we're going to do. And I've got some DPF cleaning solution for just £20. You're probably thinking, you bought some cheap cleaning solution for 20 quid, that's not going to work, you probably wasted your money. I disagree. The company, the brand of the DPF cleaning solution is a brand called Manonol. I think I'm selling that right, Manonol. I'll put it on screen here now. And the reason that I think this is a good brand is because they actually support Officially Gassed YouTube channel. So if you check out Officially Gassed, at the start of there, they'll talk about Manonol and how they support, and the ester oils that they do. And it's a good, solid brand. So I think for 20 quid, it's worth a try. If that doesn't work, however, then there's actually out there mobile DPF cleaning solutions, companies that will come to your house or your place of work and clean your DPF while your car is in situ. So that is a lot more expensive than the cleaning solution and trying to do it ourselves. I think it's worth a go for the sake of 20 quid and maybe a day's work, half a day's work possibly. A company will, if not and that doesn't work, a company will come out and clean the DPF on my drive and reset the codes. They'll have a better diagnostic system than I will, so they'll be able to see live data, etc. Set the car on a test drive and things like that. And that will cost us around £250 to £300. I think that will be the biggest bill, if I have to spend it, that we'll have on this car. But obviously it will be worthwhile to do that, to get rid of this fault, because replacing the DPFs on these cars are anything from £1,000 or more. And the last option, and something I don't want to do because I'm not keeping this car, I'm going to be selling it. Now if I was keeping this car, this more than likely would be option number one. This is the option I would be doing from the get-go, because there's plenty of companies out there that I could take this car to and they will effectively delete the DPF off the car. So what they do is they remove the DPF, they gut out all the inner workings, they put it back on the car, they then remap the car, which you get a little bit more power from, and they also map out the car saying the DPF is there. So they kind of tell the car the DPF is there and it's fine, even though it's not, and it doesn't throw any warning lights. That again would cost around £250 to £300 to have that work done, and in the process you get your engine remaps as well. And like I said, if I was keeping this car, that would be what I would be doing, but I'm not. The plan is we get this car back on the road and we move it on, just like we did with Project TT. So if you don't know what Project TT is, like I said at the start of the video, there's a playlist on the channel. Please go out, check it out, and press that subscribe button while you're there. And this next bit then, this is a plea. I am not a mechanic by any means. I'm kind of self-taught and teaching myself along the way, and I have got zero, and I mean zero, experience when it comes to Jaguars, Land Rovers, Range Rovers. I've got no experience. I've never ever worked on one. So if you are somebody that knows something about these cars, that you know stuff about this car, please get in touch, comment down below what else you think I should be looking for, what else I need to be concentrating some time and effort on to kind of like make this car the best it can be for its next owner and make it reliable, more importantly. Yeah, make sure you subscribe. If you don't want to comment down below, make sure you follow me on Instagram, link in the description and on screen now, at bam.motors on YouTube and Instagram. Please make sure you give me some support, and if you know about these cars, you know things I should be looking for and looking out for, then please get in touch. And while we're just sat in the interior, which even though it's filthy is actually relatively nice, this is the four-wheel drive one. I didn't know this, but some of them actually are two-wheel drive, but this is the four-wheel drive model. And I think, if I'm honest, it'd be rude not to go and do a green lane or two with this Evoque when and if we get it back on the road. think it'd be kind of rude not to take it do a little bit of off-roading while we've got it in our possession. So if you want to see that, make sure you stay tuned, and if you are a bit of an expert or you know your Range Rovers and Land Rovers, then get in touch down below to help me out. If anyone's got one of these, also get in touch, because this is broke and I think I'm gonna have to find a replacement for maybe one that's breaking. But for now, thanks very much for watching. Please press that subscribe button if you want to see the progression with this Evoque and what we're going to do to it and what follows next, because I am trying to make a go of this YouTube and push it hard and get these cars in and get them out. I'm hoping that this one does not take as long as the TT. The TT took me about 8 to 10 weeks to turn it around and sell it, which is not too bad for somebody. You know, I work a full-time job, 40+ hours a week. I've got a family life, and having these cars sat around is, you know, it's something I do in my spare time when I've got half a day or a day here or there. That's when I get to work on cars. So like I say, I don't think I did too bad with the TT 10 week, but I don't want this one to take that long. I want this in and out, ideally in the next 4 to 5 weeks. So we've got our work cut out. We have got our work cut out to get this turned round in that time frame. So please drop a like on this video if you've liked it so far. Make sure you press subscribe if you want to see the progression with the Range Rover Evoque. Project Evoque, is that the name? Project Evoque? Who knows? We'll find out in the next video after this one. So if you want to see what we call the channel, what we call the project, then make sure you stay tuned. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you on the next one.